Hey, good afternoon. It's Brandon here from i3dTHEMES and i3dTV with this week's Interactive. You know what they say about good things? They come to those who wait and are patient. And, Rome was not built in a day. We're talking about cliches here. And neither was Rasa. And, this week started off like gangbusters with development and tweaking of Rasa, as it was designed to be. This is the final week of tweaking to make sure that we get all the animations in and just, colorize it and get it all ready for you for expected launch of today. Well, 4 out of 5 days this week we have been swamped with inquiries as well as update requests for existing contracts. So we've had to honor those contracts and make sure we get all the website updates done. So Rasa is not yet here today, but it will be here next week. Provided it isn't another one of these weeks. But we're working towards it. As soon as Colin gets the files to us, we're going to get the files onto the server and send out a notification, and it'll be available in our catalog. So just check back with our social media channels for that. But I have a question for you this week. Last week we asked, what sort of colors are tend to use in your websites these days? A lot of people said blues and greens. Somebody said copper, which is a really great color. Kind of difficult to put in, but we're going to take that under advisement. But a lot of great concepts there for colors. This week we want to know, what sort of image sets do you typically use these days and are looking for? Are you planning on getting Rasa? What sort of, not just colors, but images would you expect to see? Rasa, is going to be using a skyline image for the, multi-purpose, all-purpose theme, as we sometimes use a multi-purpose theme, such as something with a field or person in the background, just looks serene or whatever. This one is a skyline. It looks really, really awesome. But for those that are not multi-purpose like that, what would you use? We hear a lot of agriculture sites, computers, and business and that sort of thing. Scuba diving and skydiving is really big right now. Are there any particular image sets that perhaps you'd like to have made as a priority for the Rasa website template? We'd like to know. Are there any image sets that you've never seen on our site before that you think would be really great? So let us know, and we'll see what we can do to get that in the system for Rasa. One of the things that is really big in web design right now is to not use stock photography. Stuff that is included in the theme or the template, or that you can get at something like iStock or Big Stock or Getty Images. The thing is that you still need to mock up your website for your client to make them think, this is great. It's always best to use your own professional photography that has something to do with your client. But you always have to get it mocked up for your client. So if you have an idea for a theme, let us know what it is so that we can put it in our catalog for you. So when we haven't been swamped with phone calls and inquiries and requests for website updates this week, we've been working on also getting the Accelerator website plugin updated with the two major updates for the Accelerator system, which would be the Critical Above the Fold CSS Builder version 2, as well as the JavaScript deferral engine. So we had those pretty much done by the end of last week. It's now been put into our update system. We've implemented on probably a dozen sites manually. Everything is looking top notch. I just finished 3 sites that I did onboarding for Accelerator just yesterday, and all 3 of them for the entire site scored 97 out of 100, which is pretty darn good. It's actually way better than we were expecting it to be at this point in the game. The last 3%, it's not going to take very much, but it's usually to do with the prioritization of visible content. So like images that just pop in a half a second after the page loads. And that's to be expected because they are separate resources that load apart from the page. Now we've got some concepts that we're going to be implementing here in the next few weeks to try to capture those last 2 or 3%. So we've got some great ideas, and you should probably see some further improvements with your Accelerator scores in the weeks to come. As well as we have another website that's going to be launched called Super Accelerator, where you're going to be able to test your site, after purchase or before purchase of Accelerator, to see all the different things that perhaps could be tweaked, and it'll just be a sort of a public portal with some information on page speed, Google page speed, as well as different page speed techniques, so that you can just fill your head with so much information. Anyways, that's what we've been up to this week. We'll see you again next week. We hope you have a really great weekend. Again, if you have any ideas for theme sets that you'd like to see either in Rasa or any of our other website templates, please let us know in the comment fields below. And then again, stay tuned to our social media channels next week, as we'll be launching Rasa as soon as we can get it into the catalog. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me, and we will talk to you again next week.